Mic check 1 2 1 2. Welcome to the House of Al. I'm your host Al Bethel, and today is day 3. We won't be talking about revelation. What does love reveal and what does love conceal? So let's jump into it. And today, kind of broken it down to just what we know can be revealed through love. How do you show love? Why do people hide themselves when they're in love? All the concepts that come with love in a way that can be hidden or revealed. So concepts are a bit complex because I wake up in the morning with just the inspiration of the day. Never know what I'll be talking about. It's just spirit guided topics, day by day, taking it one day at a time. So revelation of love. Man, when you reveal love to those that are around you, when you show your love to those that are around you, it's not always just about saying I love you and that's it. You need to show your love. So let's see if we can kind of make 10 ways in which you can reveal your love to yourself and to those around you without you saying a word. Alright? Now we're going to drop it down with the first one. First thing to show love to somebody is to listen. So to show love, initially you need to listen to yourself, right? When you show the next person that you care, you give them full attention and you focus and you respond in the appropriate way. So a good listener pays attention with intention of understanding the next person, the person that they're listening to. So when you're listening to yourself, and what does your passion, what does your love, what does the things that you do around you, where you go, where you spend your day, the things that you love to do, are you listening to yourself? Are you listening to what all those things are telling you? What are they revealing to you? When you listen to somebody and they become aware that you are attentively listening and you actually care, that's one way of showing love without saying a word. So you need to do that to the same thing. We need to do that to ourselves, man. I need to listen to myself more, listen to exactly how I need to love myself more. And it's by listening. And when I'm showing love to other people, I need to listen to them with the intention of understanding the person, not to respond and not to argue, but just to listen. And the next one, don't just ask yourself, how are you doing? Be specific. Ask them about the project they've been working on since the start of the year. Okay, wait. So this one, ask your significant other how they are doing. Okay. All right. So, second one, ask yourself how you are doing. You ask your significant other how they are doing. And in so asking, you're not just asking with just the general sense of how they're doing, but be specific when you're asking them, how are they doing? What are they working on? Were they productive today? The thing that they said they were going to do in the morning, did they do it? Things that they've been working on since the beginning of the year or since they started their business. Ask them in a way that makes them feel that you care. Though this sounds simple enough, but we often get so caught up in the routine of a relationship that we forget to really connect with our partners and thus with ourselves. This will show that you care about what is going on in your life and in their life. Ask yourself, how are you doing? Ask your significant others how they are doing. Right? When you love a thing, a place, whatever it is, remember, because we're talking about love in a very broad way, and we are also simplifying it to our everyday practical things. So ask the environment that you are in, how is it doing? You know, because in most cases we find that when we are stuck in a habit, we tend to just be on zombie mode, like we're robots. So in whatever that we do on our daily lives, we don't often get in touch with the feeling, with the moment and the experience. How are you doing? How is your partner doing? Ask them. Alright? Don't scroll and talk. We live in a highly connected world thanks to social media. While being in tune is great for your social life online, it's not always great for your relationships. It's not always great for yourself. How many times have you been caught scrolling Instagram instead of chatting with your other person, with the people that you love, or checking our email while simultaneously holding a conversation? Sometimes it's good to disconnect and focus on being in the moment. Try setting aside regular time to focus on each other, like having dinner or tackling a project together. So this will help you and your significant other to find them interesting and that you want to be around them. Okay, so some of the research that I've been doing is touching on things, but just a little bit too much. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave the article links in the description box below so you guys can read off, because this is going to be a long video if I have to go through all of this research already on 6 minutes. So try to keep them, a little bit short, man. Don't want to bore you. You got things to do. But thank you guys for watching. Your participating, that's appreciated. So let's go in. One of the ways that you can reveal or conceal your love, it comes in the things that you give the most attention to. The time that you spend on those things, on the people, on yourself. The time you spend with yourself. Bro, we live in a world that is so connected to so many people that we paying attention to so many things that are going on around us that we also don't make time for those we love. Don't make time for ourselves. Don't make time for our partners. Don't make time for our family and friends because we're stuck up in the world. So a really great way of revealing your love to the next person is spending time with them. For real. There's a lot of people I love and I haven't been showing that time. So I'm gonna try to spend more time with y'all. You know who you are. Let's go. One of the ways that you can reveal that you love someone is by sending them random text, pictures, and random calls. Unexpected time. So that's also along the lines of time. But when you take the moment to send something like a letter or a text message or a video message or a voice note, when you take time to sit with yourself and give yourself affirmations, program your mind in what you want to do, aligning yourself with the word frequency. So when you take the time to write a letter, write a diary, write on your journal, send your love partners, your friends letters, that's a really great way of revealing your love. And that's really dope. We don't get that anymore, but you see it with the people who love you. Some of you, I'm sure, already noticed some people who send you such random gifs and all that stuff, and that's just some ways of them showing you their love. They're giving you the time and taking the time to really think about the letter, the whatever it is that they're sending you. So let's go in. Be so loud with your support. Alright? Don't be loud with your mouth. I mean, talking a lot and what you can do for the person, and you're not actually doing anything. Take the time to actually show that support physically there, whatever they're working on, whatever events they're at, whatever they got going on in their lives, be there. Show up for yourself. Whatever you got going on for your life, whatever plans you have for yourself, show up for them. In that way, when you love yourself in that way, by showing yourself that love and you are your own number one supporter first, then it's easy for you to become supporters for other people and other things and animals and the environment and everything, because love encompasses everything, right? Let's go. And one of the ways that you can reveal your love is by always getting yourself something, even if it's once a month. Getting yourself something, creating something for yourself, just for yourself. If you are creating something for somebody else and taking the time to, that's a way of you showing your love without saying anything. One of the ways that you can reveal to yourself, to your significant others, that I love you, baby, I love you. I took the time to cover up the sculpture and this painting or this song or whatever it is, even that letter, right? Once a month, man, and it really touches on the things that are significant for that month. That's really great. That's really a great way of showing your love, man. So they're really touching me. I'm also going to jump into some of these stuff as well. So we just went through 10 ways of how we can reveal our love. So let's go into the opposite of revealing is concealing. Can we look at also 10 ways we conceal because of love? Why do we feel the need to hide things from the people we love? Right? So, based on research, we have found that most of the time people don't like to reveal their exes, number of exes that they have, especially women, right? They'll never tell you. They only tell you the most important ex that was relevant. The rest is just snakes. But this goes also for everybody. I mean, even guys, they won't tell the lady that, I've been with over 50 exes and stuff like that. So we will conceal those things because we don't want our partner to know, how many people we've been with, because we are afraid that it's going to change their perspective of us, right? Some of the things that we do on our own, for example, say people who watch porn. I know I would watch some porn, getting off of it now, but when you take time to watch porn, watching porn is not something that people will share and don't tell their partner that, hey, I was watching porn. You don't need to know that, right? They don't need to know that you were watching porn, so you'll hide that. You'll conceal that because you love that person, right? And you also maybe probably embarrassed that that you'd be watching porn. But it's normal for people to watch porn. Though we don't advise people watching too much porn. Moderate yourself. Watch porn for education. If you're learning some styles, some positions, some things that some skills. Take up your skills, man. I'm also going to be working on a series that's based on pleasure. Pleasure for women, for males, pleasure for people in relationships, how to keep that spicy thing going up. So that's gonna be some awesome stuff, right? Spicy in the bedroom, proper, going into it and really exploring your partner, exploring self. Because man, everything we say goes hand in hand. The love that you show yourself, bro. If you can't give yourself that love, that pleasure, that experience, and you're expecting somebody else to give it to you, you don't even know what level that you at. And I ain't even trying to talk about I'm trying to talk about your own personal time and you're doing a thing. But I'm talking about the time that you do anything else, even if it's taking a walk, even if it's like, let me go eat this snack for the day, my ice cream baguette is what I'm feeling to eat, but you won't eat it alone. You're gonna hide that fact because you don't want the people around you to know that you're chilling and eating a whole 5 liters of ice cream. Right? So people hide this type of stuff. Some of the things that also guys they'll hide. Guys won't show their feelings and emotions directly, so they tend to hide those emotions and feelings, and they get projected in other ways. Give you a typical example you found back in primary school, when most guys when they like the girl, they often teased her, pushed her, talked to her, and making fun of her. So you find that because they can't really show that love in a more affectionate way, they show it in another way, which can be like making fun of you, teasing you, and just laughing at you, or causing attention to you. So that's one way. People will conceal their love for the next person or for themselves because you're afraid that they might change. You might be worried that they might change how they view you. So you don't want to tell people, you don't want to conceal to the people that you love because you're just simply afraid they might change how they treat you and how they relate with you and interact with you. Conversations between friends, groups of people, usually is not shared with the person that you claim you love. So in relationships, when guys are having conversations about their girls, they ain't gonna come back and tell their significant other unless you're best friends and you open like that. You can say all of that conversation, but otherwise niggas be talking a whole lot of other things that they're not telling their significant others. We don't wanna go into that yet. Go into it later. We don't wanna go into that yet. We'll go into it later. So we have 3 more, right? Most people, maybe not most people, but some people will tend to conceal their love from other people because they're afraid that those people will end up hurting them, and thus, if they hurt them, they didn't get the chance or they did not show their love to that person fully, or openly as they could have because they were simply afraid that they would be hurt. The person might dump them. So you kind of keep yourself so that you think that's gonna lessen the pain after the breakup, right? Because the thing about love, I'm gonna keep saying this a lot, it takes courage to love. Love requires courage. And man, that's for real, bro. That's for real. I feel that. So people will tend to do that. Last one, people can be worried that you don't feel the same way that they feel. about you. So they will conceal that and they'll keep it to themselves. That's one of the things that get to most people, is that we think that if we show our love and do all that stuff, we won't get treated the same way. We're not gonna get the same love in return. Or in most cases, I think it happens when you show the person that you love them, but they simply don't give you equal exchange of the energy of how you love them and how you care about them. So people tend to conceal their love because, like, yo, I've been doing this, I've been showing you this attention, I don't get that in return, so I'm just gonna step back a little bit and let you be you because I see you're not into me. Hey, it's what it is, what it was. And she's worried that you might think that you can do better than her and decide to leave her or him. So to the self, for what? Just to point out to the self, when there are things that you love doing, but you don't take the time to do them, you want to start doing something new, but you're afraid of doing something new because you think, if I do that and give my time to this new thing, I might not get the same thing in return as expected. So talking about the rewards of love, touching back to yesterday's video, you see how they all connect, and it's also including the risk as well. Because, like, oh, if I'm gonna quit my job and start this new thing that I'm passionate about, what if it fails? It takes courage to love. So if you love yourself, you need to have the courage to do that and step further and come out of your comfort zone. Some powerful stuff, bro. Let's go. Last one, learning more. When we learn things about anything that's around us. So let's go back to my example about quitting a job and studying. When you learn more about what has happened to people who've done that, and you look at the ratio of people who failed and people who succeeded, it's a really scary thing. But when you look at the people who did succeed and the rewards that came with that, with them taking that risk, you tend to be, a little bit doubtful, especially if you're in an environment where you don't have support like that. You don't have the resources like that. You don't have people that are around you that will be able to support you going into your new business and quitting a job. So sometimes we think the knowledge that we have, or whatever it is that we have learned, we tend to take that knowledge for fact and we don't test it out first. We're too afraid. I'm gonna test it out and leave my job. I don't lose my job, So that part, I think we're gonna come back to it. Okay. Why do people hide their feelings if they love someone? Why don't they show it out? Why? Why? Revelation. What does love reveal and what does love conceal? Yeah, so that was like just going, touching there and there, trying to touch different concepts of just the revelation of love. What does love reveal? What does love conceal? Another thing with that concept was, when you find out what your partner has been hiding, you you tend to feel like that person didn't trust you enough to let you know that, hey, I'm doing this, and it kind of hurts you because like that person doesn't feel safe to reveal the thing that they hid. You know what I'm saying? So through that, it's like a paradox. So through that concealing of something, it actually reveals something else. It reveals something else, and then it reveals the lack of love within that situation. Because if we touch on any of the things that we spoke about, let's talk about one of them was porn, right? Why most people won't reveal why they watch. Okay, no. Let's choose one of the things that we were talking about, such as maybe eating habits. That's something that you hide from your partner because you don't want them to think that you eat a lot, right? Because you don't feel safe. You think they're going to judge you for it. So it also shows them when they find out that you actually eat a lot, because you can't hide yourself. It's just who you are. It kind of surprises them, and it also puts them on an edge. Like, okay, this person, hey, people are changing, and they will make up all their things in their mind. But the simple fact is that you did not trust them, or you did not feel safe to let them know whatever it is that you're hiding. Does that make sense? I think that makes sense. So to that other person, how do they feel? Right? So to yourself, when you can find out what would happen if you gave yourself that love, if you took a risk, took a chance on yourself, and had the courage to leave that job and start that new business or that new career or something else, whatever it is. When you find out, you will be mad at yourself. It's like, why didn't I do this sooner? I waited so long. I just found out whoever around, they left their job and they were successful in the business that you told them about, So, yeah, this one was it's a bit long, but I hope I got to the gist of the video. And next coming video, Day 4, the journey to true love. So, not going deeper like the previous subjects. Now we're just gonna focus on the journey itself. Talk about that in the next coming video, Day 4 video. So see you guys in the next video. Make sure you guys subscribe, comment, share below. Let me know where you at, what you're thinking. Join the club, man. Your support is highly appreciated. From me, Albert Well. I love you, and I'll check you out in the next video.